Hey there, I'm back. I don't usually work on the weekends, but I'm excited. There's a new toy in the shop, Ultrasonic cleaner. I'm excited. This thing showed up and I thought I'd just give it a quick try. I have this super clean and these old rocker arms, and you can tell, you know, these are just baked on oily mess, and about 15 minutes later, it turned into this. From here to here, not even touching it, it just cleaned it. And I was like, man, I should just go get my camera, share it with you guys. I really bought this for carburetors, but one of the things that I need to do urgently is fill or clean this oil filler canister. It's really gonna be tough to clean. Super Clean recommends that you can soak it, and they say just brush it with a soft brush, maybe a brass brush or something. This is made of steel. But it's really difficult to get inside here because it's an enclosed cavity. So that's where the ultrasonic cleaner comes in. I'm hoping it'll do a great job on the inside. This has got two problems. One, it's like an oily residue on the inside, like emulsified water, oil stuff. And then it has rust on the inside. So I might have to use two different solutions, one to degrease and one to kill the rust and any scale that's built up inside. The ultrasonic cleaner has a 30-minute function for the ultrasound, and then it also has a heated bath. Now, Super Clean recommends just using it cold, and I mixed it 1-to-1 with water, and here's what the solution looks like after I treated those rocker stands. So you can see it's just really dirty. This is the before condition, really dirty. So all that dirt just bubbled off of it. It was amazing. Here's another really oily part that I took right off an engine and just dumped it in. This is the oil pump cover for the 912. No brushing at all. Just about 15 minutes in the ultrasonic and it was just spotless. Look at this fuel pump. Not even sure it works, but it looks really nice. Also in Super Clean. Okay, so I just fill it up with water. Make sure the drain's closed. This is regular old city tap water. This machine is from Amazon and it's not an expensive one. I think it's like $179, $180, something like that. And to get started, I'm gonna reuse this stuff that I cleaned those other parts with just for the initial clean. I did strain this in a paint filter, but it's still got plenty of junk in there. And I might add a little bit to it as well. See if this will submerge in here. So I'll try to add a little bit more, but it gets a little dicey with the Tupperware in here. The idea of this is just kind of conserve some of the solution, and the radio waves or the sound waves can go through the plastic. I think it loses a little bit, but it's good enough. Okay, and then I'm just going to use a little more Super Clean. A little more water. Make sure it doesn't rock over. I think that'll hold it. Let me get two more. Now the water level's about to spill over, so this has a drain here. I'm just going to take a little bit out of the tank and put it into the Tupperware. We'll add it back into here. Okay. Now that the liquid's in, I'm going to plug it in here at the rear. And hit go. Now you can see it's starting to do some work, even though this is really dirty liquid. It is moving. If this spills over, it's not the end of the world. I'm just trying to conserve a little bit of the solution. It's not even that expensive, but I'm gonna do a dirty clean and then potentially put it in the main tank with a little bit more super clean and see if it will just continue to get better. Okay, super clean is an alkaline solution and it's pretty strong stuff. It says not to let it dry on the surface and to rinse it once you're done. So I'll rinse it with water, spray it out with compressed air, and then take a look inside, see if it's cleaner. This little copper piece on the end is a little filter. It's removable, so I should probably remove that soon. Okay, 20 minutes has passed, and so I'm gonna flip it, take a quick peek in here. There's black stuff everywhere floating around. I feel like now it's rusty bits inside. So I'm gonna run it for another 20 minutes upside down, kind of clean these sides. It may not be all the way submerged. I'm gonna do 20 more minutes with it kind of like this. To strain out this liquid, I'm just using a funnel and then these paint strainers and then just cover it with a little bit of paper towel. You can see loads of just black stuff. I don't think that's the paint. I think that's stuff from the inside. The paint is mostly remained intact. You know, it's original paint. See a little bit of the brass brazing there. But most of that junk is coming from the inside. Really flaky junk. Oops. And we can see that junk pouring out. Just a little bit of silicone bits, combination of rust and just old oil baked on. It feels very gritty, which is exactly why you don't want it in your engine. It feels like sandpaper. I think you can hear it. Really gritty stuff. Okay, now I'm trying the Evapo-Rust. This stuff is pretty good, especially if you can't scrub it. You can see the rust is just coming right out of the filler neck there. See, there's like a cloud of rust shooting through. Okay, after 2 minutes, you can see the solution is already pretty cloudy, especially here at the inlet. It's just working its way to a dark, dark color on the liquid. Another 20 minutes have passed, and I'm going to pull this out, see what happened. The solution is completely dirty. And you can see the Evapo-Rust really cleaned to bare metal really well on the top here. So I don't know if that's still rust scale or if it is still painted on there. I let this sit in the Evapo-Rust overnight to see if it would really make much difference, and a lot of junk is still coming out. It looks like there's still some black inside, and I think it's probably not paint, it's probably just baked on carbon. So it's still a little bit gritty. So if I take this dental piece, kind of hear that scratchy sound, and on the end of there, it looks like baked on carbon. So I don't think the Evapo-Rust is really doing much to the carbon, even with the Ultrasonics. I probably should have left it in the Super Clean a little longer because I think it's more effective on carbon than Evapo-Rust. I mean, there's no signs of rust. I think what happened is I confused that rough surface as rust, and I don't think it's rust. I think it's actually carbon. So just learning this, doing this for the first time, I'm going to switch out the chemical. I might just dip this in some carburetor cleaner. Okay, Berryman, do your thing. Okay, I'm back. It's been a few days since I started this video, and I've been letting this soak in the Berryman's parts cleaner. And part of the reason why is, you know, I'm just doing this for the first time, kind of learning about it. And I tried Evaporust, was good at getting rid of the rust, but it didn't get rid of the gritty stuff. Come to find out, that gritty stuff was not rust, it was carbon. And Berryman, this liquid here, is good at getting rid of varnish and carbon, and it's done a good job on the inside without really any agitation. I just let it soak both upside down and right side up. The level on this can is only about to here, so I have to rotate the part. I did that about a day each, and the inside is now clean. So I'm gonna rinse it out with water and then put it in the ultrasonic tank for one final cleaning. Should be good to go. This has been rinsed, and this is going right in to clean water. I'm gonna add a little bit more of the super clean to that. This is just to really do just a little bit of a final clean. And then I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on. And what I'm looking for is any kind of stuff coming out. If it's still coming out dirty, then I know I have more work to do. But it looks like to me it's coming out pretty clean. Nothing's shooting out of the ends. Even if I reach in there and, yeah, there's a little bit of stuff coming out. You see the water's just getting a little bit more dirty, and that's okay. This should be getting all the residuals out. This thing is just about done. You can hear it buzzing. This is after I flipped it, and you can see how the water is definitely darker. I mean, it's still cleaning, but I don't see like really bad stuff floating in there. So I might do this a few more cycles, but let me take it out and show you what it looks like inside. It's not 100% shiny. Like, I mean, it's kind of shiny on the outside. What there is inside, there is actually a little bit of paint inside. And so just like it didn't take the paint off on the outside, it's not taking the paint off on the inside either. But that is okay with me. If this has lived in there, the paint's lived in there for like 40 years now, I don't think it's gonna come off and damage my engine. That's really what I'm concerned about. All right, I'm finally through with the cleaning process on these two critical items that have oil in them. And this one was a little more difficult than I expected. The ultrasonic cleaner is not a magic bullet. It works really well when you have the right chemical in it, apparently. I probably didn't need to use Evaporust. I don't think rust was an issue inside here. It was really carbon. And I was a little lenient or leery about putting the Berrymans inside the ultrasonic cleaner. I don't think that's recommended. It works just fine if you just give it time. So that's why this video's taken a couple days. This was soaking, loosened it up, and then the super clean with the ultrasonic cleaner just took all those loose bits of carbon and took it off. I also did the same procedure on this guy here. This is the oil filter holder canister, and the inside of this is really clean. This one was much easier to clean, but as you can see, the ultrasonic cleaner will not take the paint off, neither will the super clean, and not even the Berrymans. So I will go through and do my normal process of cleaning the outside with a wire wheel, prepping it for paint, taping off the insides, and getting this all nice and black. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you like my new toy. I would recommend it. It's gonna come in really handy. I have some old carburetors that I'm gonna do, and I might do another video on that one soon. Thanks for watching.